I don't know what's happening with YouTube and me freezing. I don't understand what that's all about. All of a sudden, my screen just went black and I didn't touch anything. So I'm looking over and everything's on. My internet is on. Everything's on. I don't know why this happened to me already, and I did not touch the cord this time. So it wasn't my cord issue. I don't know what the is going on. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why my life is filled with crappy YouTube live stuff. Sometimes it just sucks. So I apologize profusely. I really don't know what just happened. I was having such a good time with you, and it just all went black. That is the most strangest thing. I could see if I touched the cord because I've been known to touch the cord. I tell you that right now. Oh man, we were just getting going. I hate when things break momentum like that. Anyway, I guess I'll wait for you guys to come back if you will. I'm sorry. Just don't know what the hell's going on. Oh my God. Anyway, I was talking about this. I was talking about this before I got really interrupted by the stupid YouTube live going black on me. Okay, Layton, I'm back. You back, girl? What is happening? Oh my God. Camille, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. Sorry, guys. I don't know what the hell's happening with this thing. I would like to blame it on Optimum because it's the world's most sucky ass internet provider. So that could have been what it was. I don't know what the hell that was. So I'm gonna digress back to this lovely glue stick because I think it's important to know how it works. So I was telling, oh, I don't even know the name because it went away. Anyway, I was telling that beautiful person that this Kiss glue stick I actually really, really do like. But I will admit that yesterday it was a little temperamental. And so what do I mean by that? Like I said, I was trying to show you guys a stain, this little stain that I can't seem to get out yet. It'll come out eventually is glue. Like I have washed, see, I washed my hands, I did everything. It'll come out eventually, this little stain. But that's where I kept pressing the glue. You have to press this tip and press it down in order for the glue to stream out. So, and this one is clear. I think for this, I kind of do like the clear. And I'll tell you why. You know how duo glue, when it dries clear, but sometimes it could look a little lumpy. This is a thinner consistency than duo glue. Duo glue is glue, 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 glue. This is thinner. So it's not as risen up on the lid, so it looks more natural on the eye. Okay, so that's another thing I like about it. But my only funk with it was that for some reason it wasn't like you do it, you put it down, and for some reason it just didn't want to stick. And I don't know what the hell that was. And then I did have to whip out my duo glue and then do a little duo glue on the ends to make it stick even more because it wasn't sticking. And I was like, what's happening? It was sticking before, it's fine. So that's the only funk about it that I don't know. It was malfunctioning yesterday, basically. But I really do like it. Like for somebody like me who I don't wear eyelashes, I believe in a lot of mascara. Even for me, I can put on my own eyelashes now because this goes on so easily. You just go through and then you just stick the eyelash right on and you're done. So for a quickie, that don't sound right, but whatever I say comes out my mouth don't sound right. But for a quickie, this is really, really good. But I would also say make sure that you have your duo glue handy for more power. You know what I mean? For more staying power. But for anybody who has a hard time putting eyelashes on, I think you should give this a try. And I know that other people have, there are other brands now that have this. Oh, I'll tell you. Oh, listen. Okay, wait, I forgot to tell you. Because I bought this the same day I bought the Duo Glue. It's the Duo Glue. It's just like Duo Glue, and you twist it off and you pull it out, and it's like a fine line. So it's like it has its own liner brush in it. I hope you guys understand. So it's not a squeezy squeeze. Duo Glue has this. I don't have it here because I threw it out. Duo Glue has their own liquid glue like this, where you put it on and then you put the lash on. Hear me now. Hear me later. Crap. It's crap. It's total crap. It's crap. I'm sorry. I'm not the biggest lash person, but I'm telling you now, that thing was a disaster. Trying to get the lashes on, then it would. It's supposed to act like this, right? If you read what Duo Glue, and again, it's the Duo Glue that it's in a bottle and it has a liner brush to it. That's what I'm talking about. That was pure crap. I literally just gave it away. I was like, I don't even want it. Just take it. Just take it. It was crap. It didn't act like this one. This one acts wet. You put it on, boom, done. That thing was a mess. I was happy to go. So basically what I will do is buy a whole bunch of these. And also, guys, what you could do is you could just kind of press it down, on your back of your hand, on your palette. If you simply press this down and you had your own liner brush, or you had those little liner, you ever see those little liner brushes now they have? It looks like a really thin little disposable liner brushes. You could just squish the glue out and then pick it up with that little brush and then put it on and then put the lash on. So if you're worried about contaminating or anything like that, you still can get the glue out of here and use the glue. You don't have to use the applicator. So you just push it down and you'll see the glue come out, and you just pick it up with whatever applicator you want to pick it up with. So you don't have to use this tip. There we go. So you don't use this tip. There we go. You don't use this tip on people. So you still, the real thing that you want is the glue. So you don't have to worry about use it on somebody. Just push that glue out. It'll come right out and then go zoop on the eye. Smaller liner brush. Yep. Thanks, Camille. I went on and on about the glue. Thank you, Camille. I appreciate that. But yeah, like I said, still have the Duo Glue on hand. I still think you should have it on hand. Never give up Duo Glue. I believe in the Duo. I still do. It's just a pain in the rear end. Sometimes with the slipping and the sliding, and it's not tacky yet. Sometimes like when you're in a hurry and you need to stick that damn lash on, it's this, not Duo Glue. Ain't nobody got no time for no Duo Glue. Okay. So yeah, I really do like this, except like I said yesterday, I don't know why. It was just the kind of, like I said, on the ends, it just wouldn't stick on the end. What the hell's happening? But besides that, that's it. So yes, thank you for reminding me of that product. Yes, thank God. I just literally just took it out of the thing and took it with me yesterday. So yes, but I did give it to her because I was far too lazy and it was just easier to put it on her and give it to her as a gift anyway. Hey, honey. Hey, Rashad. How you doing? Thank you for loving my glasses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, honey. Yeah, so don't forget. Oh, and I think these are, I picked these up. Oh, God, where did I get these from? I believe I just went to like CVS or Rite Aid, or probably Rite Aid up here is what I think I went to, and picked up a few of these. I think they're $7 a piece or something like that. But don't forget, this is the reason why I like drugstores, some drugstore products, is because a lot of times drugstore products will go on sale and you'll get the twofers. And sometimes it'll say buy one, get one 50% off, or buy one, you get one for free. So that's why I like drugstore products for that reason. And this is, who's going to be mad at this, pulling this out of your, pulling this out your kit. Also, if you're a high-end makeup artist, then learn how to cover labels. So this is white, and take a white piece of tape and just tape it over. And then nobody will know what you have. Everybody doesn't need to know your business. So remember, if you're going to use drugstore items, stop showing people your business. I keep saying that over and over again. I know people think I'm joking. I'm not joking. This is what we do. The reason why I say this is what we do when we do fashion shows. Okay. So when you're doing like high-end fashion shows, like I do New York Fashion Week, right? Okay. So what happens so let me explain to you. So when you're working a high-end fashion show, you're sponsored by people, sponsored by companies, right? So they're supposed to give you everything you need, but we know as makeup artists, we need our own stuff too. And you're instructed to, if you have anything on the table that is not by a sponsor, there's normally like a black gaffer's tape somewhere around, and you take that tape and you just cover the names of your items, and then you can keep that on the table most times. Okay. And that's why I always say that's where I get it from. If you have cheap in your kit, stop showing everybody your Maybelline. Why? Stop showing people your Wet n Wild. Go get tape that's white or black or whatever and cover that joint up. Stop showing everybody your cheap stuff. Seriously, stop it. Kiss is the liner we're talking about. Duo is still good too. Yeah. Kiss is the liner that we're talking about. There's a glue liner, and the Duo glue, I think you should just to have. Duo glue is an amazing thing. Duo glue, I think I told you guys a while ago, I had used Duo glue when I was trying to do like a little, listen, I'm not a special effects person. I'm not that kind of girl. I would never say I was. But every now and then you have to create things out of your rumpus. And I remember like sometimes like on certain sets, you might have to create a pimple. Duo glue is amazing for creating pimples. Duo glue is amazing for making lines and all that kind of stuff. So you can like, it's just a very interesting tool to have in your kit for other things. And so it's another reason why I like Duo glue a lot. It's really good for very small special effects things. It's good for like, creating wounds and scratches and all this. It's really good for that. So that's another reason why I like Duo glue so much. You never know, oddly enough, as beauty people, you never know when you really need it. But when you need it, it's there and you're like, like if you had the black, like think of it this way, if you had the black Duo glue and you needed to create a mole on the skin and you just took and dabbed it on the skin, that's an instant mole. So that's the reason why I like having those things, because sometimes people ask me for certain things and I got to pull it out of my ass. And a lot of times Duo glue is the biggest help to me. So that's why I like it. So listen, we haven't gone black yet. So you guys have any questions? Oh, help me, Jesus. Help me, help me, help me. Yes, people. Oh, these might go back on sale because people keep asking me about the t-shirts. And, I stopped. I mean, the t-shirts were like a one-off. So what I mean by one-off is like once. But I get so many people ask me for t-shirts. So they probably will come back into circulation. But there will only be one color, which would be the black color. Your girl will wear the white and the gray, but it will only be one color, which would probably be the black. And then I'm trying to make it so you guys can buy it whenever you want, as opposed to just like pre-order or whatever. Just something that just reminded me when I saw that come across the thing. Anybody have any questions? I'm wondering what else I have on here. Oh, full disclosure. So tonight's makeup, even though it's very light, my whole face, with the exception of this is my, I'm not selling this, by the way. I'm just showing you that I'm so intrigued by certain things, it tickles me. But there we go. As you can tell, this is mine. When I show you things that are filthy, you know it's mine, right? Okay. So we were talking about this, I think, last week, I thought. We were talking about powders, right? Foundation powders. This is Graftobian's foundation palette, powder foundation palette. And I tend to use it like when I'm just running around town now. And it's such a beautiful finish. It looks like skin, especially on an oily person. It looks like skin. But I really love it. And my whole face, there's no foundation on my face. Not even, let me see, I can't say. There's no foundation on my face whatsoever. It is, excuse me, because let me not sound like a stupid YouTuber. There is foundation on my face. It's powdered foundation. And like I said, we were talking about it the other night, and I thought, oh, I should show you what it looks like with just powder. There's no cream, no nothing. There's no concealer, no nothing on my face. This is it. So I just, since I'm sitting here showing you. And then the blush that I have on is just this, and y'all can tell because it's chewed out. And I've this one, and this one, and this one. So I'll dabble. There we go. I now I use these more than this. So now I've switched over here, but these are pinks. If you can see, let me try it this way. This is a pink. This is a pure pearl pink, and then this is like a pretty orange. That's how I like these, and that's it. And then crap. What did I just do with your stuff? Anyway, this. Oh, here it is. And then obviously, skin. I'm wearing the red lip that I like so much from Skin. Red Lip Judy. I'm wearing that tonight. So yeah, that's it. That's it. And then I'm sorry, I lied. And a little mascara, which I always use. I will splurge on Perversion. I love this stuff. I can't get enough of it. I love it. I love it. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. And that's it. And I don't even have, I don't have anything around my eyes. Natalie, thank you. I looked up the glue when you were getting back on. Thank you for looking it up. Thank you, Natalie. How do you prep the skin for a very oily face when using Graftobian? See, what I use is not really a skin prep, but I tend to use it anyway. I don't even have it here. It's quite expensive. It's a weird thing. I use Faciliare Transforming Gel on the skin. And people are going to like, what? It's very hard to explain. It was something I have to show you, but I use Faciliere's in a little bottle Transforming Gel. And I put that on somebody who's very oily skinned. Like yesterday, I had a very oily skinned person, and I squoze some of it out and I put it on her face after I moisturize her, then I put that on the face. And I know you're going to be like, why would you put transforming gel that's for eyeliner on someone's skin? Because for some weird reason, it's hard to explain, because basically what had happened was, okay, Natalie, help me here, okay? What had happened, I was playing around with the transforming gel in my house, just testing it out in various colors and everything. And I had squoze it a little, on my hand, and I had a lot on my hand. And I said, oh God, I have all this. I squoze too much. And I just did this and put it on my face. I just put it on my face because I didn't think it was going to harm me. I just put it on my face. And then I just was like, what the hell just happened to my skin? And my skin looked better. And I said, what happened to my skin? And I was confused. I was just thoroughly confused. And it just kind of went, I can't even describe it. Just, the skin just looked better. It just got better. I said, well, maybe it was a fluke. So days had passed and I put it back on my skin, and it was that. And so I've been taking that stuff out and lightly, remember, it's a little thing. And I've been using that on and off on people for a couple of years now. Ever since I did it to myself, I've been using it on other people, and it's working out fairly well. I really like it. And it's basically what it is. It's silicone. It's a silicone. It's a silicone transforming gel. So it transforms eyeliners or powders into like liquid form, so you can do a liquid liner. Well, like I said, accidentally I put it on my oily ass skin. It's not like it's like what am I trying to say? It's not like, and I think I had this conversation with you people, or I had the conversation, I don't know who the hell I was talking about. Milk with magnesia. I don't know who I was talking about that. Was it last week? I'm not sure. I would use like something like a milk of magnesia on somebody's skin as a how do you explain it? I think I explained it last week how I use milk of magnesia. So milk of magnesia you would put on whatever areas they are highly, and it has to be highly greasy. It cannot just be a little shine. See, like I'm a little shiny, and it cannot be like that. You have to have somebody who has like a lot of grease in areas like around their face and the nose, that kind of thing. And you take a little bit of it, a little bit, like a blip, blip, like a blip, blip, and you go, boop, 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 boop. Let's say it's on their nose, boop, 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 right? You let it dry, and then you wipe it off. You take a wet thing and you wipe it off, and that balances out that oil that's in there. It's not blocking oil; it's just kind of taking the oil away. Doesn't suck the life out of somebody's skin, all that stuff. But if you're funny about using milk of magnesia on people's faces, which I can understand, um, there are a plethora of other things out there you should be trying to prep somebody's skin with. The other trick that you can do is it's in my kit. My kit's over there. Like yesterday, I used Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer all around this person's face to kind of counteract any oiliness that I would see. So prepping wise, and again, I'm not talking about going in there and go crazy. I took like just this, and you squeeze it out, and then I took just a little bit and went all the way around the eyes, and then I went all the way around the mouth, and then I went in the nose area with that, and that seemed to have done the trick enough. She was still shiny though by the time. She was shiny, but it was controlled shine. But it was good. So I'll do something like that. I do weird things. I do weird things. That's all I can tell you. Pearl Pink, Red Lip Beauty Mascara. You keep Camille's cute. Thank you, Camille. Keep it going, child. Keep it going. Oh, this is so you guys know this is I love Stilazzi. So this is Stilazzi's Bahamas, yeah, Bahamas Blush that they have. I'm sorry, guys, you can't see Bahamas Blush thing that they have. They have another one that I think is in my other kit, and it's darker, so it's more pigmented. This one, when I come on to sit here with you, I really have to put it on a lot in order for it to even just get a little bit of color to come out at you. So you understand, it's a lot. I like literally, if you're sitting here, you'd see the pink on my face, but camera wise and the lights, it's harder to see. So I would assume that if you're like doing, I kind of like, the reason why I like this better than like something that's a little bit more heavy pigmented is that blush can run away from you as a makeup artist. Like if you can put too much on really quickly. And that's why I like this. This is more buildable. It's more buildable. The other one, sometimes you go in straight and it's like bang. With this one is more buildable. Another reason why I like La Femme blushes, I find La Femme are beautiful. They're cheap as hell, but they're very blendable and buildable blush colors. So you're not like, it's not like a assault on the face with a bunch of blush. So I like that. How do you make long-lasting natural? How do you make long-lasting natural makeup for hot and humid climates? Yeah, that's the hardest part. I'm going to talk about what I do for my skin. And again, this is what I do for my skin because I happen to be highly oily, highly, like highly. Okay. First of all, let's be realistic and tell your client to be realistic that in hot and humid weather, they only have a finite amount of time before everything goes to shit. That's the truth. It's the truth. And I think makeup artists, we do ourselves a disservice when we're not honest with our client. Like, don't be afraid to say you will, like your client, talk to your client and tell them you, client, will have to do some maintenance throughout the night to make sure you look good because you cannot control humidity. You can't control it. You and I cannot control that. We cannot control what happens when they're out of our sight. We can't control it. So it's up to them to blot their skin. It's up to them to pay attention to their faces when they leave. Just like yesterday, my client, she was creasing because the way she smiles, she smiles so cute. She smiles, but her smile really comes up real high. She's so pretty. And she was getting creasing. And so basically what I had to do was I told her the truth. I said, listen, first of all, it's probably going to happen again. But what I did with that was I first worked out the creasing that was happening with the makeup. And then I took a little tiny powder and just buffed it in. And I sprayed Urban Decay's all-nighter on her, right? And then I told her, you cannot smile right now. You have got to let it set. Because a lot of times, like, we'll do makeup and then they'll run out, and you know what I mean. It's like, you sometimes we have to let that whatever the product is, we have to let it work. And a lot of times we don't let it work. We just let them run off and do what they want. That's why you get a lot of creasing around the eyes. You know, it's because you're not letting the stuff that we spray on people work. Because as soon as you spray it on, you use something, they start to do this, open their eyes, and then starts to crease again. And then they're going to look at you and go, well, why didn't you make it stop creasing? So I told her yesterday, I said, you can't, I said, sit here with me. You cannot smile. You cannot laugh. You cannot talk. You have to sit still with me for about 5 to 10 minutes because I want to make sure it's sticking. And sure enough, she was so cute. She was trying not to smile. She was trying not to laugh, but she did. And it stayed. And then finally it was fine. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, now, if I said to her, go forth, young lady, and do whatever you need, well, 3 minutes later, she would have had creasing again. So you have to, like, read the label, read the label, and then use your makeup artist's common sense and say, listen, you can't move until this is set. You understand? Humidity-wise, like I say for myself, I have a finite amount of time before I know, tick, 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 you better go check your face. Deshawn, you better go check your face because it's probably an oil slick right now. Go check your face. That's what I'm saying. You have to talk to your client. You have to set them up. When they leave, especially an oily skinned person like myself, you have to set them up with a package that says, here's some powder for you, here's a puff for you, here's something else for you, because they will shine. We are not controlling the freaking humidity. They're going to shine. And it's up to us to explain that to them. They think we're miracle workers when we're not. We are human. We cannot control the humidity or the oils dripping out of their faces. So I want us all to take a step back and breathe and just say to ourselves, we are human beings. And I can't control as much oil that's coming out of her face. I can't control that. She, when she leaves you, is going to have to do her job now. You've done your job, and now she has to do hers. Just listen, it's like when we get our hair done, right? And it starts to rain. Do we just walk out into the rain and go, do, 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 do? Or do we put a cover on top of ourselves? Do we do an umbrella? Do we do something to protect our hair from the rain? Of course we do. Why, as makeup artists, are we the ones having to suddenly, like, fight humidity and fight all these things when it's impossible? Especially if you have a client that's going to walk away from you. Now, if you're, like I say to my clients, if you are physically in my presence, let's say I'm on a model shoot, or I'm doing an editorial, a fashion editorial, and they're physically standing in front of me, well, I'm the one, it's my job to go and block them, right? That's my job. Make sure that they look normal. Well, when I'm not physically in front of you and you're going to step away from me for the rest of the evening, I have to set you up with a package that you can take care of yourself. You understand? I want us to stop being, I just want us to be more realistic with things and be more realistic with our clients. I think our clients assume that we can stop all kinds of things that we can't. You know, so I don't want you to beat yourself up. Listen, I'm a makeup artist. I have oily skin. I can only stop the oil from coming out with a milk of magnesia mask treatment, and being in air conditioning only for maybe 5 hours tops on my skin. And that's because I haven't moved. I haven't moved. Like I'll go to a party and I'll be like this. Because if I sweat, the oil is just going to come out of my skin. It's just going to, right? So I'm like, okay, you got to sit still, Sean. And then it's like if I'm in humidity, it's like I have to blot all the time. It's up to your client. Like after you've done your job, you've done your job. It's up to your client. It's up to your client. Follow. So I really do. I really mean it. Alicia, I really mean it. I really mean it. We have to stop thinking that we can control everything like that. It's just difficult. The only really logical thing I can tell you, Alicia, is don't put oil on people. If you have a moisturizer that's full of oils and stuff, don't put it on their skin that day. If think of more water-based things, think of powder-based things like this stuff, powder-based, like things like Graftobian's powder, whoever powder, I don't care, powders that you can think of. But and the other thing, you have to talk to them. You have to talk. You have to have like a history of, okay, tell me what it's like in humidity for you. How long does your makeup last in humidity? What have you been doing? You have to ask them so many questions about what they do and how long something lasts. And sometimes what you might have to do is you might have to say, okay, so whatever you're using that you feel is working for you, I need you to bring that with you when you come to me, and we will use that on you. Do you understand, Alicia? Do you understand? I'm just feeling like I'm talking. You understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? But all that trying to control humidity. Okay. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you. You just made my day. Sometimes I feel like I'm not doing good because I can't make it last all day. Please stop beating yourself up over that. It's not going to last all day. It is truly it's up to your client. Once they leave you, it's up to your client to maintain that look. It really is. It really is. Natalie says, I'm so glad you said that because I'm trying to be a miracle worker. I do give blotting paper and a touch-up kit with lipstick and sometimes powder. Exactly. That's what you do. Like set them up so they can maintain it when they leave. It's just like I keep saying, like a hairdresser. Is the hairdresser with us? Is the hairstylist with us? When we leave them, no. But what do they say? They give us instruction. Listen, Deshawn, especially when I had like relaxed hair, they would tell me all the time, listen, especially when I used to have these cuts and everything, they would say, okay, listen, don't do this and don't do that. Here's this type of hairspray. I want you to use it on here. They would give me instruction, and that's what we need to do. We need to be more one-on-one with that client. So sometimes, like when somebody might say to you in a consultation, before you even get to them, I have really oily skin, then I would say, well, whatever you're using, bring it with you. Let's look through it together, and then we'll pick out what I think might work for you. But we are not miracle workers. We are not. We're amazing, creative individuals who can do a lot of fabulous things, but we ain't miracle workers. Okay. No, we're not miracle workers. Like we have to give ourselves some credit. We have to give ourselves some credit. And we have to give ourselves a break. I do. I think we just have to. We just have to give ourselves some break. You know? And also, like, if you have things, if you're oily yourself, or like your mom is oily, your sister, then you should start experimenting on them as well. I mean, it's nothing that's in your kit should break anybody out in the first place. It's meant for the face, right? So you should start experimenting what you already have to see if that can help. I was literally joking around with that Faciliare stuff. Not joking, but I was like, oh God, I put too much on. And I found out by accident. That's something I found out by accident. I was like, ooh, what just happened here? Pores look smaller. I was like, oh, So you have to continually, the whole point about being a makeup artist is we are continually learning. We have to continually learn about different techniques and products and how different products work on different people. And like, oh my God, what happens when I don't have any eyeliner? Because, we can forget eyeliner. Use your mascara. Pull this joint out. And listen, there were 1 or 2 times in the last whatever, I did not have eyeliner. And I was like, oh, I have no eyeliner. Oh, shit. And then I was like, well, what's the big deal? Just use mascara. And I use mascara as eyeliner. End of conversation. Right? In a pinch. So this is what I'm saying. It's a continuing, just a continuing education that we have to give ourselves. And we have to give ourselves a break too. We just have to give ourselves a break. That's all. Any questions, people? Any questions? Oh, wait, it was fun, but gave period fantasy piece of 1984. I enjoyed it for creativity. Leighton told me that 1984 was fun. Leighton, you the first person to say, you're the first person to say anything favorable about that movie at all. All right, honey, I'm gonna hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you right here. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna do it, but I hear you. I hear you. Because Leighton, if I sit there for 2.5 hours and it's not good, the whole time I'm just gonna curse at you. So I might not watch it, just so you know that. I'm letting you know right now. Okay? That's all I'm saying, Miss Leighton. That's all I'm saying. How many of you guys do to go back? Like how many of you guys give your client who's leaving you a bag of stuff when they leave? Like how many of you guys are doing that? Because I think that's something that we should be doing in general. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't always do that. I think the one thing that I normally do is give out powder puffs full of powder. I normally give them a powder puff. That kind of thing. And powder puffs, like I use the Alcone powder puffs, which can be kind of pricey, but I recently found online, I think it was Amazon, there's some little cheaper versions of powder puffs that are fine to give out to clients. I think they were like $7. I would have to go get it's not here. It was like $7 for like I can't remember what it was, but it was economical. Whereas Alcones, which I prefer Alcones, they're like $1 a piece. So one pack of 12 is like $12. So it's like $1. The ones I found on Amazon, which were super thin, they were okay. Those were like half the price, but they look cheap. So it depends on what you're trying to do. It looks cheap. So, what can you do? I don't know. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have some questions? You know, this is the Q&A Sunday take 2 because we just lost signal last time. So I'm here. And again, not Q&A Sunday, Q&A Monday, but next Sunday it'll be at 7. Okay, because we're not doing this late night stuff. Unless it's like really late night, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I happen to come on and then I catch everybody on the other side of the world. I do come on at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know. And if you want to join me, turn on those notifications. You never know when a crack ass will be on at 3 o'clock in the morning. So what else did I want to show you whilst I was here? Crapola. This is on mine. No. I think that's all I wanted to tell you guys. I was trying to think of what else did I use yesterday? Yeah, like I said, I started using Urban Decay All Nighter. I normally use Graftobian's what do you call it? Face setting spray. I normally use that because that stuff is like bulletproof. It's like you spray that on somebody's face, it's bulletproof. It will not move. I think mine clogged, which is why I used I normally carry 2 of those in my kit. So I'll carry either Urban Decay's version of a facial, makeup setter spray, or I'll carry what's the one that everybody uses? Is it here? How can I forget the name of that company I love so much? You know, the other one that the company makes Urban Decay's All Night Sprayer. Same company. I cannot remember the name of it right now. So those are the 3 that I normally would pack with me. One of those setting sprays is normally in my kit. But every now and then, unfortunately, the Graftobian one will clog. And so you're supposed to, just take it. Scandinavia. Oh, my God. Thank you. Suzanne, thank you. Scandinavia, yes. So I normally would carry a little cute little bottle of Scandinavia with me, or yeah, Scandinavia, Graftobian, and Urban Decay All Nighter. Those was what I. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thanks, Natalie. Thanks, Layton. Yeah. So that's what I would carry with me, either or. It would always be Graftobian stuff because it's just like I said, it's like, oh, you can't move it. And then I would carry something that was a little bit lighter. But yes, Scandinavia I really, really like. But Scandinavia, you guys know, makes Urban Decay's All Nighter. They make it. So, okay. And it says so on the bottle. It says made by Scandinavia. It may have a different like fragrance or something, but it's made by Scandinavia. So that tells you something. And also, what's that company? Limelight, right? The company like Avon, they to Scandinavia too makes their spray as well. Just so you know, I'm not giving away any trade secrets, but just so you know, and Limelight's foundation, all that is RCMA. Just so you know, I'm just saying. That's all. What setting spray for Scandinavia do you prefer? I just think it's just a regular one, actually. To be honest, I didn't see much of a difference between they have different, they do have different formulas. I just didn't see that much of a difference between them. So it's a finishing, I think it's just called finishing spray. I thought it was just the normal finishing spray, not the oil prep, not, you know what I mean? There's one like, oh, prep the oil. I tried that on me. And again, it didn't work on me. Yeah, it didn't really like I think when they make these oil prepping, any kind of oil absorbing, oil prepping kind of things, they don't mean someone who has an extreme amount of oil. I think what these things are made for are for people with combination skin, that kind of thing. I don't think it's for somebody who is heavily oily. I don't think it's for us. I think it's for people who have, oh, I have a little shine. Is for those types of people. Blue marble, green marble are good too. I keep saying that I'm going to get that. I keep saying that I'm going to get that. And of course, I don't get it because I don't have it. But yes, I keep saying, Paula, I'm going to get that blue and green marble spray and check it out myself. And that's note to self. The next time let me write this shit down because I'm going to forget again. The next time I go to get to shopping, because I just missed the, let me write it down. I seriously have to write it down and forget. Green marble. Yeah, the next time I go shopping at Cinema Secret, not Cinema Secrets, Camera Ready Cosmetics, I will try to get it from them. The last couple of times I tried to shop through Alcone, their site has been a little funky. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's down. I don't know what's going on. But I've had to shop through Camera Ready. And so that's what I'm doing. Oh, wow. Is the Limelight Foundation made by RCMA or is it just the same texture? It's RCMA. Now, if they have changed it since inception and it's different, then it's not RCMA. But I was told it was RCMA. That's what I was told. I'm just giving a little trade secrets. RCMA. That's why if you notice, they don't go black. They go black enough. They don't go black. I'm just saying. Just saying. Miss Shamika. Any more questions? Yo. But they do have killer eyeliners. I don't know who makes their eyeliners, but they have beautiful Limelight has really great eyeliners. Like they go on beautifully, almost like a cream eyeliner, but when it sets like hard. So they do. I have one or two. I bought them at the show. I think I brought them when I was in DC. When I went to the makeup show in DC, I was speaking at the makeup show in DC and actually working for Graftobian. And they had these really great eyeliners that I really liked. Yeah, like I said, like the demo was like you put it on, it went on kind of really smooth, and then it just set. Beautiful eyeliner. Beautiful eyeliner. And I think at the show they were like $18 a piece. So like, on par with like Max, I don't know, my brain is farting all night today. What is the one I like so much? Not smoke. I want to say smoke. It's not smoke. Smolder. Yes. Mac makes my favorite pencil, which is Smolder. It has that kind of smolder finish where it's like really pretty and you can smudge it out. Same with that one, except that it really sets. Smolder doesn't really set. You need powder to set Smolder. But yeah, I like it. Yes, Miss Shamika. Just saying. Just saying, Miss Shamika. I know she's stupid, right? Yo, did y'all see the sale that I put on here for the brushes, for the Omnia brushes? Do I have any? Because I have purchased. I told y'all I went a little brush crazy, and I purchased. Do I have any? Yeah. So I purchased. I purchased 10 more of these, and I purchased 10 more of these. Makes me so happy. But I purchased these. I'm telling you, I purchased 15 brushes for $86. 15. You heard what I said. I said 15 brushes for $86. Now, I hope the sale, because it's Memorial Day, there might be more sales, I think Graftobian has a sale today. I'm pretty sure all makeup companies have sales today. Don't let this day go by and you ain't get your makeup on or your stuff on. Listen, the queen of cheap. I don't like to pay full price. Even on my own palette. But if you don't have to pay full price, don't. If you don't have to pay full price, don't pay full price even for inclusion. Get that joint on sale. Oh, you did. Yay, Susan. That's fantastic. I'm so glad. Listen, Susan. Listen. Suzanne, excuse me. I was just about to buy the $50 brush set after I just bought myself 15 brushes, and I had to literally shut the computer down and walk away. So I'm like, you gotta stop. I just love a good brush. I love a good brush. Thank you for loving the great t-shirt, Paula. Paula. Yes, I'm gonna do it again, Paula, but I'm only gonna do black. It'd be one color, like, maybe like every quarter I'll do a color or something. But yeah, everybody just wanted the black. I gave up. I just give up. No, that's not true. 2 people wanted gray, but everybody else is black, 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 black. So I was like, oh, hell, I'll just make them black. I can't be doing all this. I just can't. So yes, but thank you, Paula. You look pretty in yours too. Suzanne, right? It's evil. Omnia is evil because it's like, don't you want some more brushes? It's bad enough they had given the sale that I found like a couple of days before, right? So I said, I will indulge in some brushes. And then they had the audacity to do something as marvelous as that. And it was like, it's like here shaking like this. I was like, do I buy some more brushes? Do I buy some more? I was like, Deshawn. And then I shut the machine down. I had to leave. Because I was going to go broke. I was interested in the inclusion palette. Lannon? Is that how you say it, honey? I was interested in the inclusion palette, but I'm only familiar with RCMA texture. Okay, well, that's cool too. RCMA is, I will put it this way. Graftobian is has a little bit more give. It's a little bit more slippery. You don't need mixer to break it down. You literally can just dot it on your hand and just break it down like that. It will. I don't even have it out here, do I? No, it's in the room. Yeah, you can. It's a cream. It's more creamy, and it just kind of slides and glides. Looks like skin. You don't have to fight. I'm not saying you have to fight with RCMA, but you do have to mix it to get to whatever consistency and or I guess texture, I guess is the right word, that you want. You know, it's customizable, but everything that we have in our kit is customizable because we're makeup artists. And so, yeah, it's just a creamier, slidier foundation, and a little bit goes a long way. So if you were to like a dot 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 dot, you know, and you would smooth it out, it would really glide all over the skin. It's not as creamy and slidey as like a Cinema Secrets. Cinema Secrets I find very slidey and sexy and dewy. It has a skin-like texture and a skin-like ooh, she didn't have any coffee today. Skin-like texture and a skin-like finish. RCMA does too, but again, you're mixing and you're doing all these things to get to that. You just have to literally go into the palette, into the Graftobian, any palette, by the way, not just my inclusion. I love it all. But yeah, any palette. And you just literally, when I do my makeup, I literally just taking a little bit of it and dotting on my face and dotting. You know, you use very, 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 very little when you're working with Graftobian. You don't have to use that much at all. That's another reason why I like it. So there's a lot of beautifulness, I think, to the palette. Also, with RCMA, I've seen my students struggle with RCMA. I think it's another reason why I'm not a fan of it, because it's just this. Listen, there's a learning curve to everything, you know, especially if you've been using one thing and now you're trying to use another. It's a learning curve to it all. I've just seen so much wasted product when I see people use RCMA. And she here, this girl right here, the queen of cheap. I don't like wasting product. My people tell you, anybody who's assisted me on here who knows me, they know I get very upset when I feel like I've wasted product. She cheap. She cheap. She very cheap. Even if you give me something and I got it for free, then it's even worse. You know why? Because I got it for free. So that means I'm trying to hold on to it for dear life. So she's mad stingy. Get what I'm saying? So that's why I also like Graftobian, because it really does a little bit goes. I wish I had some. I normally have it out. I mean, no, I don't have it. It's probably in the. I was doing my makeup here the other day before I left, and I thought I had it here. There's so much crap on this table. I can't even lie to you guys. There's so much crap on this table. Yeah, it's not on this table. No, I would show you, but it's not on this table. I think I did a video on it. If you check this, check my page and see if there's a Graftobian video on here. I believe there is, and I explain even more why I like Graftobian over certain things. So that would be a good thing for you to watch. I hope I'm saying your name right. I hate messing up people's names. Lanu, I'm not sure, so I'm going to say it this way. Yes, it can be built up to concealer. In fact, inside of the inclusion palette, you will see a color in the corner, the lower corner, right-hand corner, that's got this red color. That is to be used as a, not a concealer, but color corrector. And then if you go up two, so there's 3 rows, top row all the way to the corner, there's a color in there that's also a color corrector. So you got 2 color correctors in there for varying different, you know, blues and blacks and all that stuff. And those work very well. You can also mix those. There's a lot of things you can do. So is it a concealer? It is not a concealer. It is a color corrector, which means instead of now correcting something, right, then you're going to put the foundation on top. You don't have to go back and then take a concealer and fix more stuff. It's already done with the color corrector. I hope that makes sense what I just said. Lanoon, thank you, Lanoon. Glam God is in the house. Hello, Glam God. So yeah, I wish I could show you, but I'm pretty sure there's an inclusion. I'm pretty sure there's an inclusion. There's got to be an inclusion palette thing on here on my page. Got to be. If not, I probably took it down for some weird reason, and we'll put it back up later. If you go to Graftobian, I know Graftobian.com. I believe they have the back road into that video, because I literally, it was the day The day that that Graftobian had launched the palette, I was in my room and I was explaining to you guys all the different things that palette does and why it's laid out the way it's laid out. So yeah, there's a lot of little ting ting tings in that palette, but it's buildable. There's color correctors in it for blue and brown spots. It helps you lay out things. It's olive. There's olive in there. There's olive in there. Daggone it. Because she's olive and she never could get her own color. So she put it in there. So there's olive skin tones in there. There's enough for Asians and blacks and white people. It's inclusive. That's what it is. Because I really use that more. I've been using inclusion on a lot of white people here lately. I don't know. My client yesterday was Asian. I've been using it on lots of Asians and whites and Hispanics, and even a couple of South Asian people as well. But not a black person to come my way. Not no one black girl has come my way so far. There you go, and it worked on all of them. Thank you, Lanoon. Thank you. Yeah, it's out there somewhere, girl. Or guy. I can't tell. This thing is too small. It's out there, Lanoon. Oh, you're Olive like me. Hi, Olive person. I'm happy that you're here. Yes, there's olive in my thing. Why? Because I would put colors on my face and I would look in the mirror and go, what the hell's that? Why does it look so bad? Why don't I look like my color? And it's because they don't make our color. Lanoon, they don't think about us olive people. They don't care. They just don't care. They only care about yellow people. Everybody yellow. Well, we're not yellow. We're olive. And so we get to be our lovely selves with inclusion. You will be so happy. You won't be happy. There's olive in there. I'm so proud of it. I mean, listen, I can say the claim. I feel like we're the only we're the only palette that's got some olive in it. I love it. So I'm a weird olive person too. I'm the weirdo with the green running all through her body. You and me. You and me. We are olive and we cannot wear yellow and we cannot wear orange. We have to wear olive or we look weird. Or we have to do what everybody does, which is take the makeup and we have to put it all over our face and we have to put it all over our ears. We have to put it all the way down our neck. We have to put it on our chest if we're wearing something out. We're olive. Yes, I'm very light, but olive, and mixing is the only solution. Yes, I have a lot. I have been having, for some weird reason, and I'm happy to say, many of our olive family come to me here in the last several months. I worked on so many olive toned people, and they have been of the whiter, lighter persuasion. And there's a specific color in inclusion that I just take a tink, a tink, 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 tink. And then you just take whatever lighter colors up here that you want. You take a tink of that one color and you mix it, mix it, mix it. Boom. It goes into this, it goes into the coloring and it changes the coloring just ever so slightly. And they're olive. And they're olive all over their bodies. And I didn't have to make up their chest. And I didn't have to make up the ears. I didn't have to make up their neck. So yes, there's olive in there. So how can you tell if a person is olive? The best way to tell if a person is olive is to, when you do a color match on somebody's skin, most of the time you normally would have yellow-based foundation. You have to almost, to get acclimated with olive skinned people, you do like a half a face. I used to do half faces all the time for like well over a decade before I would go over and do the rest. So I'd do half a face and I would go, not the whole thing, not like putting foundation all over a face, but just like kind of like strategically putting it in certain spots. And I would sit back and I'd wait and see what happens. And I would say, what the hell is that? And I would notice that the coloring was slightly off. Yellow, you have to look at the person. And most of the time, if they're not red, and we all know what red looks like, red is red, right? But olive is that weird color because if you have anybody who has a tint in their skin, or even a white person who doesn't have like the tint in their skin, you put yellow on them, you should notice that something is a little off. You'll notice, but you have to watch them. A lot of times what I'll see makeup artists do is they'll take the color and instead of looking at the person, take a minute to look at them. They don't do that. They just kind of take it and go, and you haven't really looked at them to see if that is the right color. And by the time you're done, it's just all over the place. And then it doesn't look right. Then you're doing all this. That's why I say you have to look at them. And if you'll see that the yellow is going to seem like this. You go, that's really off. Why is it so off? And you'll see that the only other color that you really can put on that person is an olive toned color. And then once you put olive on, if you just do a test over here, you'll go, they're olive. I happen to be able to pick out olive people easily. But I mean, that's not true. Now I can pick out olive skin toned people. Before I couldn't because I was olive myself. And I too was putting yellow all over my face. But still going, what's wrong? Why do I look weird? It will look weird on their faces. It's going to look off. And a lot of times most makeup artists will ignore that offness and they just continue and they go straight. And like I said, you have to, if you really want to learn how to color match, you have to pay attention to people. A lot of people don't pay attention. They just go full throttle. They go full in. Olive can be weird. Olive can be that like underlining color. Like you look at me and people say that I'm orange. I have a friend who's been a makeup artist for 30 years, told me I was orange, told me exactly what color he said I was. I ran out and bought it and I looked like a crazy person because I'm not orange, I'm olive. And so you really have to understand that you just can't go in full throttle with foundation. You have to sit back and see what is happening. And like I said, a lot of times people just don't do that. You know, people always say, Natalie, people always say, look at like arms. I never look at arms. I don't do all that, like you see green running through people's, like green veins and stuff like that. Because Black people, sometimes you can't see that. Black people can be very dark and olive as well. Indian people specifically can be very dark and olive as well. So you can't see the veins in their faces. So to live off of something called veins when you can't physically see it is I think it's doing a disservice to tell you to look at somebody's veins, because you're going to get a Black person sitting in front of you who is olive and you're going to go, Deshawn told me to look at the veins. I really don't see any veins. What do I do now? Right? So what you really should have, you should always have olive foundations in your kit, and you should always do that stride test. Now you can normally cancel out red if you see no red and normally red you're not putting on a white person anyway. You would normally put red coloring on somebody my complexion and darker, right? That's probably where that red is going to kick in. More like when someone is like more have native skin tones in them, could be very red, that kind of thing. That's when that normally kicks in Black people, Asian people, all that. But when you're dealing with white people and somewhat fairly light-skinned people, red is not the undertone that you want to put on somebody's skin in the first place. But I really want you to start to, if you have inclusion, then you should be doing a stripe test to see what is going on. You have to do a stripe test. And the other thing about people of color is we can be olive in certain places and not in all. It's very strange. It is what it is. But you really have to start compartmentalizing people and really looking at them. Don't go straight in with a lot of foundation. Go in and do a test. I have a makeup atelier olive mixer, but I don't like that makeup anymore since I bought the inclusion. I'm in love with that. Ting! Gold star! Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, I mean, I can go on and on about olive skin tones. And then, like I said, I was a professional At the time, I was a professional makeup artist, making up tons of people, and I was making myself wrong. I was running after the wrong colors myself because I should have known when I was younger that people would say to me, "You so sallow. You're sallow." I didn't know what sallow meant. Nobody explained to me what sallow meant. Um, or they would say you're green, but they wouldn't say olive. They would call me sallow, and they would call me sallow, and they would call me green. That's what they would call me. And and the way they discussed it was disgusting to be sallow and green. I mean, people would like I would go to the department store counters and they would be so rude to me, like, "Ugh, you're green. Oh, we have to correct that." And then they put this shit all over my face. Like, what is that? And I would look crazy. It's another reason why I'm so anal about this subject, because I was made to look ridiculous from these department store counters. Ridiculous, because they did not have my color. And instead of just saying, "We don't have your color, ma'am," they put this shit all over my face and I look crazy. I look weirdly beige, then I look too yellow, then sometimes I would be red. It was disgusting. And so I'm really, really anal about it because I think everybody deserves to be the color that they are. And foundations should be there for olive tone people. And it's one of the reasons why I really wanted to do a palette with Graftobian. One, because I use Graftobian, but I also use Cinema Secrets. But I just felt that they had way more, how do you say the right word here? They had way more, this is going to sound weird, I think, real life olive skin tones in their lineup than, let's say, like an RCMA. And I know RCMA has olive, I've seen it, but they look oddly olively beige. They don't look like I could just kind of like put it on my face and go. It looked like you had to mix it all together and do all these things. I just was like, this ain't for me, dog. I need a company that has something that was already done, and they did. And I love Cinema Secrets, but even I felt like once Cinema Secrets got darker, some of the colors got a little too ashy for me, and I just was like, "Yo, Graftobian's my company. Now, are they going to do what I ask?" Are they going to think this is a good idea? Do they want to step out on faith just because it's an idea of mine? Do they want to step on in faith and do it? Because it's not on my money. It's not on my dime that they make the inclusion palette. It's on their dime. And they said, "Yeah, it sounds like a great idea. Let's do it." So that's why you have inclusion. But one of the reasons why I picked Graftobian to do it with is because I felt like their colors were real life colors. I hope that makes sense what I just said, but that's why I picked Graftobian. That's why. Okay, people. I'm going to go because it's late. I don't know what time it is, but I have to get up and go to work tomorrow. But I'm happy I get to go to work because, we didn't work for a year. So I'm happy. I'm not complaining. I'm just tired. But I'm sorry for the malfunctions of everything and the blackouts on this stupid thing. This is so annoying. But yes, thank you for being here as usual. Please make sure you give this channel a thumbs up so YouTube knows that I'm alive. And next Sunday, 7, I will be back. And remember, if there's anything funky that happens in my scheduling, it would be on the community board, okay, when I post something. So you guys know, okay? But I'm going to go. Thank you for joining me at this late hour. I appreciate it so much. I hope you guys had a really good Memorial Day. And I will see you next Sunday. For sure. Thank you, beautiful people. Have a good night.